early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dylan, I don't give a what you think about the co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just gotta toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the People's Podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Right.
Live from somewhere, it's
Dylan.
Greetings from somewhere. Boy, I sounded like a squeaky-voiced teen from The Simpsons there. I am your host, Dylan, and I am joined by Casey Day from the Hack Ride Studios channel on YouTube. How's your day going, Casey?
Hey, Dylan. This is fine. Everything's fine.
It is indeed fine. We see you in the exact position of the dog we've been laughing at for years, saying, this is fine, Venice is fine, everywhere is fine. The fires are, about 15% contained, and good luck.
Who knows? Numbers, Dylan. What are numbers? What are magnets? And we got a frog mayor who can't talk and likes to visit Africa when we get set on fire. Yay!
Straight out of the Mayor Quimby playbook of The Simpsons. We really are turning into a parody of ourselves all the time. I remember the Good Morning Burger, where a fried egg on top of the burger was such a funny laughing point at Homer, and now it's at every restaurant.
Governor Ralph Wiggum works for me at this point. Governor Ralph Wiggum. Yes.
And he's laughing. My constituents are in danger.
I'm swaying. What is that swing? Would you stop swaying and be a goddamn governor? What the fuck is that? You're an embarrassment. Anyway, how you doing, Dylan?
Yeah, that was one of the 1,000 small reasons that I chose to leave Los Angeles. And you may get me back there one of these days. But
I told you how to get back there. Backstage, I told you how to get back there the right way. As a male hooker. Thank you. Yay! Mm-hmm. The male fat ladies need it too, Dylan. Fat ladies need it too.
The male hookers getting into the fat lady market is difficult, though. It is men that want men. Fat ladies rarely go after the male hookers, so I'm a little weary about your plan there.
The client list is going to be short, but it will be heavy.
Very heavy. I will have a ton of clients with only two.
Hey-o. That's what I was going for. You got there first. I usually do shows at night. And I'm high. I'm really sober right now to do a show. God damn you, Dylan.
That is one thing to help lure me back to Los Angeles, is the pot shops on every single street corner. I do miss those. Burbank, they didn't have one. They have a moratorium. But as soon as Burbank ends, right there on the line of North Hollywood and Sun Valley.
Silver linings, Dylan. I mean, our city did burn down, but if you stood by the pot shops, it was a good time, baby. Oh, until the siding started burning, and then it was poisonous. But before that, amazing.
The tires started melting. Yeah. So hopefully Los Angeles will rebuild itself. And when I have my man-whoring pedigree in, get back on that street corner. You can find me in Sherman Oaks, Van Nuys, and Ventura, the most romantic street corner on earth.
No, if you come back here, you're staying the fuck out of the valley. I ain't letting you do the valley experience again. That's why you left in the first place. Anyone who lives in the valley for an extended period of time wants to eventually leave this place. It's awful. It's just one strip mall after another. The roads are a grid, so you're literally like on a computer circuit for 40 minutes a day driving back and forth to work, and it's 30 degrees hotter than everywhere else in LA. So congratulations, Dylan. You moved to hell, and of course you left. West Side, baby.
I may have moved away from hell, but it's burning where you are. So it made its way over to Venice.
Yeah, it did. But we're still here. The homeless, the fumes coming off the homeless put out the fire. Congratulations. Get yourself some street genies. They got fire retardant coming off of them in the form of BO. Toxic BO.
For once, we want the homeless people shitting on the street. That makes great coverage for the fire. It really just smother it out with your piss and shit, homeless people.
Honestly, living sandbags. Living sandbags, I gotta say.
Before we get to our first segment, we got a couple of super chats. A. Smith sent a super sticker before we even started. Thank you, A. Smith, for the pair with the fist bump. And Delta Zero letting everyone know he is a Casey Day fan. Thanks for dropping a couple of bucks. Oh, and I
something wrong with that guy.
Casey Day fans. Oh boy, Day Lords. Watch out for them.
Damn, Blind Mike. Blind Mike named that. I don't like it, but of course I had to stick with it because, I've named a lot of things that other people don't like. So, live by the sword, die by the sword, Dylan. Or do we have a name for Dylan people yet? Dylan Axe?
There has been no name given, and if I revealed my last name, it would be. I know exactly what it would be, and I don't want. It's gonna come out.
Let's do it today, Dylan. Let's dox yourself today. Let's get it out there. And let's get a crew of your people going. That's what's missing here. We can't join the gang if we don't know what colors we're wearing. Dylan Greenberg, Sizemore, what's size less, small dick, Dylan Small Dick. See, we're going to start guessing now, and it's going to be more and more offensive. So you got to just come in with your offer.
See, I misheard you earlier. I didn't think you were talking about doxing each other. I thought you were talking about docking. So the doxing I'm not down for.
Oh, okay. Robinson? Dylan Robinson? Is it okay? Can I ask you this? Can I ask you one question? Just one question.
Yes, sir.
If I heard your name, would think it was which race would I think the name would be?
It's just uncommon. It's an uncommon name.
So like Yugoslavian, French, just what race? So we can narrow it down to a whole
white folk.
Okay. Smith, nice. Dylan Smith, nice to meet you.
I told you it was a rare last name. You don't find Smiths everywhere.
How about this? How about you name it without telling the name? So if your name was like Miller, you'd be like the Millerax or Milleraniacs or the Millerverse. Then we won't know your last name. We'll just know it's the Millerverse. Who could figure that out from that? What do you think, Dylan? Manning?
We'll figure out a name for my folks at some point. Any beloved chatters? Dylan Matilda? I don't quite get that one, A. Smith. But we'll throw it out there. We'll try to find a name for
Do this, Dylan. In this episode somewhere, say the name. Not in the context of your last name, but just say the name. Maybe a title when we're watching something else. You'd be like, oh, there's a wrestler named something. Or, oh, look at that move. Just say the name, and we'll try to figure it out from there. People, we have a challenge.
We will see if I accept the challenge or if I puss out. Those are my two options.
Oh, that's it. Dylan Puss. Dylan Puss. We got it, people. We did it. Dylan Puss. See, that's what we're talking about.
You are quite an observant. You are able to figure out all these puzzle boxes.
Nice one. Who's this?
Giving you a little plug to your... Puzzle Box isn't back, is it? It's the Gong Show with Hack Ride now.
Yes, we're doing the Gong Show because I'm lazy. It's much faster and easier. But the Puzzle Box will return when the aliens do because they're about 2 days away from coming. So we're getting disclosure this week. Isn't that exciting, Dylan? And you won't even give your last name and aliens are here. My God.
Well, if I don't have my Riley Martin symbol, I'm fucked when the aliens drop in. So as much as I'm looking forward to meeting all the aliens, I was a fool and never purchased a Riley Martin symbol.
It's up on my Twitter today. I found an article about so all this disclosure stuff's coming out. There's this like Army admiral that was talking. His dad was talking to an alien in a cave. And the alien in the cave was wearing a goddamn headband with a crystal on it. Riley Martin was right. Tan is here. Take me with you, Tan.
I hope that isn't Tan himself. I was hoping that Okwa Tanjin Wan would still be alive when the aliens came down to Earth. Oh no, Tan has passed on and he's in a cave. Damn it.
God damn, man. It would make sense that this world would end with that motherfucker being right about everything. Tan comes down. We told you guys what happened to the guy that we told to tell you. We laughed at him because he pissed in jugs.
When it was really the most efficient way. A lot of our fellow streamers have the pee break. I try to get out of here before I need the pee break, which is why this show is aimed at 2 hours. But Riley Martin, you Oh, I just thought of something. The aliens don't have porno. They have every movie ever made, but they only have like educational sex movies, not fun jerking off sex movies. Riley quoted that. So
yeah, let's just give them Bonnie Blue and maybe they'll be happy. Here's one. She'll do your whole race. Do you know who Bonnie Blue is?
I don't know Bonnie Blue.
How do you not know Bonnie Blue? She's the one that took 1,000 loads to the face and everyone hates from Australia because she banged all their children and possibly illegal immigrants. And who knows? She was not very particular about who she banged. 1,000 in 24 hours. You're not really, doing deep dives. Can't believe you don't. Look her up. Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue is her name. Look her up.
I shall see.
Right. You're right.
Looking forward to that super bukkake. I've seen some bukkake films, but 1,000, that is, she's just going to look like a white Slimer at the end of that.
Face actually nice complexion. And then she went on. She's like, "Girls, see, this is why you take 1,000 loads in the face in a day." And I'm like, God damn. OVF has changed ladies in my lifetime. Just throw your memory back to the 90s when you saw that girl come to school in those new pants, and you're like, "Oh my God, oh wow, look at now, Bonnie Blue." It's just a whole new world. Who's this Bonnie Blue on the screen?
This Bonnie Blue, she is starting off our Hope Core song of the day, and let's get right into it. I premiered the first Hope Core. Well, not premiered. It's going around the internet, this Hope Core. So DJ Electra saw one last week, and here's a Hope Core for you. Something to uplift.
If you could sleep with one of my friends, who would it be?
I'm not answering that.
I'm not gonna get mad.
You promise?
Yes, I promise.
You're not gonna get mad?
Pinky promise.
Okay. Emery.
Emery?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's not who I thought you would say, actually.
Okay.
Emery, really?
Yeah. She's hot.
I'm not saying she's not. That's just not who I would have guessed.
You just said you weren't gonna get mad.
I'm not getting mad, okay?
See, all you do is put this uplifting beat over a fight, and all of a sudden, you have got a fantastic, uplifting Hope Core video.
I like it.
You sound mad.
I'm not mad.
Why do you ask me these stupid questions if you can't handle the answer?
I guess I think you're a better person than you are.
What do you mean? You just said, who would I sleep with that's your friend? Emery's hot.
Okay, what about my other friends?
Who, Brooke? I'd do with Brooke too, probably.
You are absolutely disgusting. I don't think about any of your friends that way.
I don't have any friends.
You have friends, and I don't think about them that way.
My friends
So
are
what is
ugly.
that? What does that say about you?
Really?
As a person.
My best friend looks like Ron Weasley.
Okay, great. Somebody in the world likes Ron, not me. But you're just disgusting.
So that was our Hope Core for the day. I'm really enjoying this new genre of Hope Core.
Yeah, it's a fusion. It's like a fusion. Salt. It's like salt and sweet.
A thanks to Sam V for the super sticker. Oh, what is it? It's a lovey smiley face. Thank you very very much, Sam V, for putting that up there. So that's such a fight starter, and he went after the hottest friend because, of course, that's what us guys do. The one with the biggest tits, the fattest ass.
Yeah, if that wasn't acting, he definitely has never seen A Beautiful Mind. That's that whole theory in Beautiful Mind when 5 women walk in and one beautiful one walks in and all the guys want to go to the beautiful one, that none will get the beautiful one. You have to go to the other women and make the beautiful one feel left out and sad. And I think that philosophy would have worked there.
Especially with Brooke. I bet you Brooke would have been all for it once he saw her going for Emery.
Brooke's just sort of cursed with that name, right? Like, it's never going to be like, and now to the Supreme Court, Brooke. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's a cursed name, is what I'm saying.
There's a few curse names. Kristen. I've no more Kristens for me. Oh boy, what a bitch the Kristen I had was.
Yeah, you know what? You could launch all Sarahs into the sun, as far as I'm concerned. Sarah, get that name the fuck out of here.
I had a good Sarah. I liked my Sarah.
Well, she's hurting someone else right now. You got lucky.
Hooray!
I had good Christines. My Christines versus your Sarahs. We are going to war.
Okay, I've got one Sarah. Man, there were some hot Christines, but I never got any of the hot Christines. I am jealous. Son of a gun.
Christine, yeah, no comment. I know Christines. Just going to leave it there. Currently know them. So just going to leave it there.
So I've been checking out the misconnections over on Craigslist. Last week went over some with DJ Electra, and I picked.
I love
out...
how you made this a quote here. If I could do it, I would do it. Quote bit for your show. While I'm over there searching for Poon, I find these misconnections. But yeah, these might be the most sad people in America, I think.
I'm fascinated by these people. Some are just the folks that are looking for the casual encounters are no longer on there. So some people are just looking for dick, looking for vag, and this is how they do it. So let's see what's happening around Portland with these misconnections. The first one, entitled Rachel R. You look exactly like my ex. It's incredible. You are so fucking gorgeous. I wish I was able to get to know you. So he's got a type. He's not over his ex.
Or it is his ex, and he's pulling the Roxanne on his ex, Oh, you're so gorgeous. My name's Pete, not Steve. No, yeah, good to meet you. That's not a wig. I am not your ex, and you will not get in the trunk.
So there's some more guys looking for that misconnection. Rachel R. isn't answering this guy. Maybe the balloon lady in Portland. We'll get back to our fellow here. I bought some balloons from you for my son's birthday a few months back. Anyways, you have been on my mind since. I know this is a long shot, but if by chance you do happen to stumble across this post, please message me. I'd love to take you out for a night you'll never forget. Thank you.
Each day I open one of the balloons and I sniff the air that came from your lungs, desiring to meet you, the lady who breathed air into my son's balloons. Sometimes I put the air on my dick and I get a little blowjob from the balloon. Technical! It's technically a blowjob. I get a blowjob from you. Thank you, balloon lady.
Would love to have your breath on my pecker and not just down my mouth. I've sucked your breath out. And no helium balloons. Blow it up with your mouth.
Your breath has been in my ass. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why I got off preaching.
I think you may have stumbled upon an untapped market of
full of ideas, Dylan. Electra, get to tootin'. Go get some balloons. We have a business to start.
New girl wondering if we actually check misconnections. I don't know who's checking misconnections other than the...
I'll tell you what misconnections is. Misconnections is the beginning of like a writing class, and their first homework assignment is to write a misconnection that's like something out of a Tom Hanks movie from the 80s. I swear this has to be like a class or some sort of bullshit school thing where your first assignment class is go to Craigslist, go to misconnections and write a really beautiful love note to someone out there that you've never met or thought about. Wouldn't that be great? All right, class, ding, ding. Like, that's what it is. These cannot exist in real life. There's no way that a human being writes these and another seeks them out. Doesn't happen. No.
I think real human beings write these. No one's seeking them out. But I am exact opposite of you. I think this very lonely divorced man has not been able to find a date, and he's had that hard on. He probably is just so awkward he can't have a conversation. This is one of the last ladies he actually had a conversation with. This transaction over some balloons.
Well, technically, then we should change the name to Misconnections to Farting in the Wind. Because this is, or Time You Will Never Get Back. Because this is the largest. That's why I think it's got to be some sort of writing class or some sort of. There has to be some sort of reason for it. And I'm just giving my 2 cents because this can't be real. Why are you focusing on Portland, by the way? What's so wrong with Portland? Don't.
Last
answer
week
that,
was
I know.
Los Angeles. This week
okay.
I'm going to your original hometown, not your
there's
current
a theme.
hometown.
Nice. Yes, the people there are weird. Yes, I can tell you that.
This next one is for real, though. This guy, I think you will agree, is a real man. Cute cleaner. Hi. I was wanting to see if anyone around here in Portland or surrounding area who'd be interested in a cute cleaner. Message me for questions and details. If you know, you know. And then there's his number right there. You can go ahead and call this man up if you would like to. I won't repeat that, but there it is. So he would like Los Angeles. The topless maids are a thing. I think they're based out of Burbank, or at least there's a bunch of topless maids vans around Burbank when I lived there. So I guess Portland doesn't have a similar service.
So this is a guy. You confirm this is a guy who's cute, the cute cleaner?
It indeed could be a lady. I'm under the assumption that
let's
the
just
vast
go with
majority
it's a guy.
are ladies.
I like with
Or
this
men,
guy.
I mean.
So they have topless cleaning for women. I like the bottomless cleaning for men, and you call it the Winnie the Pooh cleaning services. And they come to your house weighing out. And it just rubs on everything. There's a smear streak on all your stuff.
I'm going to call it the Aardvark cleaning service.
Well, you can order the
pantsless men.
Aardvark, or you can order the Jewish version. What do they call it when it's Jewish food and you can eat it? Kosher. You can get the kosher version.
We've got Aardvark cleaners and our kosher cleaners.
Yes. Yeah. Both will leave streaks.
This is someone who's, I think he might have missed out on a flirting opportunity. 205 Target. You complimented my hair at the 205 Target on Sunday evening. We ran into each other again on the escalator, and I didn't understand what you said to me. I couldn't tell if you were trying to flirt or not. If you were, I'm into it. Tell me what color my hair is, and let's go out.
Let me give you best case scenario here. This person writes this. This person on the the escalator, elevator, I don't even care enough to know, finds it. The 1 in a billion odds they find it. They get married. They have 100 kids. Those kids have 100 grandkids. They're all 80 sitting around the campfire. They'd be like, let me tell you how I met your mother on a site where I could also bang 3 midgets for $700. Like, what is the win here? Like, you're going to put it out there, and then you get the lady, and this is your story. This is where you met Grandpa. This is where you met Grandma. Congratulations. Anyway.
I like the fact that he didn't try to continue the conversation. He didn't say what, just after the fact. He was like jerking it that night and thought of all of his connections throughout the day. That lady talked to me. Oh, fuck. Maybe she was flirting with me.
I also
just the
like
thought of someone wanting him made him complete immediately.
Yeah, and how you can tell this is a deranged lunatic. I know, right? That's cheap. But you get it for a short amount of time.
Heyo.
I don't do heyo anymore. I'm trying not to. Blind Mike said don't do it, so I'm working on it. You know.
He also told you to knock it off with that rim shot.
On his show. I can do it here. But I like the last line here. Listen. I don't want to sift through 1,000 fake people that were on that fake escalator with me. You got to tell me the color of my hair. This is the test. Okay. I'm convinced now this is CIA messages to other CIA people in other countries. These are messages from spooks. These are messages from
Hey,
spooks
we
from
don't
other
use that word
countries.
anymore. What's the matter with you?
Spies. Look. Like 205 Target. That means that there's a target 205 miles. I'm telling you, these things can't exist. They're either from classes from writing school, or they're how the CIA or terrorists talk to each other in code. Thank you. It's not real.
Another reason I believe this man is real is because he has a qualifier. In Los Angeles, I didn't see a single one of these because mostly they were just people looking for hookups. It was mostly gay men looking for other random gay men over on Misconnections in Los Angeles. But this guy, he is looking for that girl. He needs a little information. So give that little information up first, and then he can pay attention to the rest of the email.
Yeah. Man's too busy sifting through fake ladies sending him wrong hair colors. Bitch, it wasn't Dark Auburn. Fucking Dark Auburn. Get out of here.
And actually, I think I'll take a break after this one. We have a lot of videos. This can help just break up the videos, getting back to this a little later. Here we have law student Shouty.
I like my favorite part of Dylan is when he thinks out loud. He's like, here's what we're going to do in the next 5 minutes. I just like that because then I'm ready for it. He's prepared me for it, people. Unlike the leaders of my city, I'm prepared for what is next on Dylan from Somewhere. Thank you, Dylan.
Here's the deal. No, here's the deal from Gavin
Newsom.
Newsom.
Don't sway on me. Just don't sway. I'm not into swaying right now. Just stay in one spot as a leader. Thank you. No, more sway.
So you won't like our buddy King Nobody. I don't know if you watched that episode, but that guy, it's just very natural for him to sway. I'll be bringing him back on this show pretty soon because King Nobody, he is Ray DeVito levels of cringy funny.
That man's still alive, Ray DeVito? God hasn't taken him
maybe
from
his
us.
last victim finally won. Maybe the I-83 killer is no more. Because one of these victims has got to have a knife on him and take Ray DeVito out.
So God took 2 whole cities from Los Angeles, but left Ray DeVito. Got it. And you got it. You guys all believe in this thing. Got it.
But I do believe in this thing. I believe this is another real person. Law student Shouty at Worm 110. We met in the backdrop of the fire truck's lights flashing outside the techno rave. Okay, this does sound like an assignment. I did say I think this is a real, but
Yep.
the detail there, that is indeed a creative writing 101 assignment. The muffled kick. Son of a bitch. As I keep reading this, you've ruined it. This one is too flowery with
It's what
its
I do,
language.
Dylan. It's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, this one is too flowery a language. This might indeed not be a real one.
Oh, yeah. None of them I believe are real, but
You
everyone
can't
there
convince
wants to
me on
be-
those first 3 or 4, however many we've done. Okay, so let's start from the top with this flowery language. We met in the backdrop of the fire truck's lights flashing outside the techno rave, the muffled kick booms of the sound system pounding just like my heart. I think I was a little nervous. Talking for what seemed like hours, though just minutes. You asked me if I popped a molly because you thought my big-ass pupils were sexy. I told you I only wear suits out, and you told me you only wear miniskirts. I thought that was perfect. Just when I thought everything was going great, you asked me if I voted for Kamala or Trump. I told you I didn't vote this election, and you ran off. I never saw you again. I didn't get a chance to explain myself. It was out of my hands. An act of God robbed me of my democratic vote. Are you down to give me a second chance? Oh, I wish I would have put. I wish I would have put on the board the Blues Brothers. It wasn't my fault. The way he's saying it wasn't my fault. I didn't vote.
This is some Nora Ephron cosplay shit right here. Sleepless in my ball saddle. Well, this is boring and terrible and romantic at the same time. Just like a Nora Ephron book. I told you these people are writing. This is a writing class.
That last one was a writing class. It was
and
some
also
flowery
I
language.
did say it might be terrorists. Writing classes also terrorists. So no matter what, it's terrorists.
A little terrorism. I think there was only one terrorist. All the other ones were real desperate folks. I think you're forgetting how desperate folks are nowadays. And shoot, I forgot to upload an overlay. But this is from TikTok Live on Christmas Day. I screen recorded a lot of people to see what they were doing over on Christmas Day. And we're starting off out in Africa with a dancing troupe. Turn this down a bit. Okay, I think the audience can hear us over the music now.
Oh, look, there's Mayor Bass enjoying this while her city burns. Look at she's clapping, having a gay old time.
It's
You
great to
remember
see her
Mayor Bass?
having-
You remember when you promised you were never going to visit anywhere when you became mayor, and now you're watching a bunch of dudes dance in Africa while your city burns to the ground?
She's having a great time. So at least someone from Los Angeles is having a great time while it burns. So good for you for living your best life.
Mayor Bass might be Africa's Bonnie Blue. Hey-o! I had to hail.
I want to kind of bring up a picture or a video of Bonnie Blue, but I want to keep my channel.
She glistens.
See, if you were hanging out with these guys, you'd be happy too. Look how jolly they are. My city's burning, but that's okay.
Bob Uecker died today.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
I've learned who he was through Major League, like many people. He also had a classic moment at WrestleMania where Andre the Giant choked him and his eyes like bugged out of his head. Just very simple, but he did a great job.
I'll give you while we watch this, I will give you from time to time a great Bob Uecker quote. So go ahead and press play, and I'll give you a Bob Uecker quote.
Look at the cans on that trollop. Thanks to Artie Lang for letting us know that quote by Bob Uecker.
The great Bob Uecker. Sporting goods companies pay me not to endorse their products.
I remember hearing that one. I know principled uncertainty. Wrestling is a disease, and so many of us have it. We can't get in the same proximity lest you catch it.
You know, I was once named Minor League Player of the Year. Unfortunately, I had been in the majors for 2 years at the time.
We may have to double up on your rim shot. I got one too.
I spent 3 of the best years of my life in the 10th grade.
You're gonna learn. You're a bad student, Breed. You're a bad
Bob
student.
Uecker, ladies and gentlemen.
1.3. 1.3. Let me go ahead.
This is one of those kind of a variant of the NPC where they react to what you're giving her. This is a teacher. We've seen a few of them that are admonishing her bad students. You give her some gifts, and oh, you're a bad boy. You give her other good gifts. Oh, you're a great student.
Hey, Dylan.
Yes.
Are you gonna miss TikTok? It's going away this Friday.
I have got me a stockpile of past TikTok lives. I think Lemon 8 is an app that's powered by TikTok that a lot of users are saying, find me over there. So I'll have to go and download that. Bullshit. They are afraid that TikTok is going to do what Facebook has been proven to do. But Facebook, you're fine. You're our buddies.
Do those heart moves now. Thank you so much for joining the class. You're a bad student.
Oh, yeah. Bad student.
So those on this side of the board, if you're on this side of my board, it's because you have bad behavior. Okay, if you are on the attendance side of my board, you are on your way to passing my class and being a superstar. Adams,
Principled uncertainty looks like he is going to pass on this lady. Something about like I think pugs are cute. Maybe that's why I find Gen Z to be attractive, because things that are kind of uncute are cute to me.
Eyebrows look like Anthony Davis.
They are a couple of caterpillars, but I would rather the Anthony Davis eyebrows than the 1990s little, like, drawn-in eyebrows. Those fucking sucked.
No, but those are hot when they're sweating and running. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? When you knock the eyebrows off a bitch, you done something. I'm just saying.
Trouble, mister, okay? Please stop with the roses. You're gonna get me in so much trouble. I have Kalo and I have Ashley. Kalo, Ashley, welcome to class. Thank you so much for being. Oh my god, if you send 100 roses, you're gonna end up on the detention side of the board, okay? Don't do it. I already wrote Sleepless Nights, the smiles. Okay, I did not write Wazoo, and Caitlin. Don't do it. Don't play with me. Do not mess with me, okay? I will not hesitate.
You know who Kate McCucci is, don't you, Casey Day?
Phil McCooch?
I don't.
You know Phil McCooch, but
I know
not...
Phil McCooch, yeah.
Yeah, okay. She is like the proto weird looking girl, and that's what I was kind of curious of the proto weird looking girl of Kate McCoochie. I've always found just very attractive, and I know some people just do not.
Maybe they're cousins.
Wazoo, I have.
Yeah, Timu
have
Khalifa.
Kate,
That's a good call.
Caitlin,
Timu Khalifa right here.
and then
Timu
I
Khalifa.
say, okay, wonderful. I have you guys.
And
don't
Mia
play
did
with me,
retire.
okay? Don't do it. You're gonna get in trouble. I think I have to start getting my role.
This cannot be discount Mia Khalifa. Mia is already discount. I agree with New Girl.
The last time I saw her, wasn't she yelling at soldiers that they were coming back with brain injuries and tapping the phone with her 5-inch fingernails, laughing?
I believe that's her.
Yeah,
That's,
okay.
That sounds like our... Yeah, she's... I'll take Miss Goddess. Holy shit, her name is Miss Goddess. She disagrees with my chat calling her unattractive or average at best. She thinks she is a goddess.
Everything's
Mr.
beautiful in
Garrett.
the dark, Dylan.
Mr. Garrett, you're in a lot of trouble, okay? I'm gonna have to use my roller on you in detention today.
This is all this is. You give me some gifts, and we'll crack an egg.
This weekend on a show, I fucking forgot what channel, they are going to air live UFO recovery footage of something called The Egg. It's not
Johnny Crutches?
No. Disclosure, baby. It's
I think Johnny
video-
Crutches is involved. I've seen his egg chair. I bet that came from the egg mothership.
Mm-hmm. I can see
I'm definitely
why this-
looking. Do
can
you
see
think
why
it's
this
going to be the ant people? Ever since you Hackride rather introduced me to the ant people, as the natives called it, I'm like, holy shit! The aliens are below us, not above us.
I think they're both. I think that we're going to realize that we're very small on the prism of things we can see, touch, feel, or smell, and that the world of physics is much larger. And that's going to encompass life forms. And a lot of them are going to be eating us. Yum, 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 yum.
Hooray! Sam Bibley loved my joke. Looks to be at a university of some type.
Love your attitude and style. Thank you.
Most likely not a state university. One of the nice ones. Big liberal arts college.
And obviously a descendant of Rudolph. He's got the red nose. All the other worthless reindeer had just their regular old noses.
You know, I don't mean to be insensitive, but if Ahmaud Arbery, just saying, I'm just saying, if you go run, wear a costume, you're less likely to be hunted in the South. or
You think
more
this
likely,
guy's-
actually. Who knows?
You think this guy is less likely to be shot with his during
we all
hunting
s-
season?
We all saw Aubrey running around those neighborhoods, just not in a costume, and people were like, shoot him! Well, if he was dressed as a deer, they would probably be like, shoot him! So, never mind. Moving on. No, I try to save you, Aubrey. No way to save you. Ooh. Oh, these make me sad.
Oh, not a fan of the Circle of Life, seeing it up close. Oh, you are a vegetarian, so that does make sense. When I was in Los Angeles, I cut out pig and cow. Once I moved to somewhere, it came right back in. But pigs are too smart, cows are too emotional, but your insides are so delicious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always reminded of the great Tool lyric, life feeds on life, life feeds on life. This is necessary when I see this. I think it's the grinding motor at the back of all our subconscious that we understand that we are just something under something else's foot to be squashed. And I don't like being reminded of that. And so this reminds me of that.
And going back to the ant
forever.
going back to the ant people, that was another thing that scared the hell out of me. That they are above us on the food chain. The people
yes.
living in the center of the earth, all those missing people that we can't account for, yeah, they eaten by the ant people.
Yeah, what a farm they have. Just a whole surface of a planet is their farm that they can shop from. We are their department store.
What do you want to eat today? Do you want to eat Italian? Do you want to eat Chinese? I thought I had a joke there. Sometimes I take a swing and a miss. And some people just eat pizza live online.
Is that what's going on here? I was just trying to figure out what the hell is going on here. Yes,
anyone
really? This is something worth defending, Dylan. This goddamn app. This is what's going on over there?
I can't get in my chewing fetish without this lady eating pizza very loudly. And unfortunately, she had some copyrighted music underneath us. So we couldn't
Hey, think
hear
about
all
it this
her
way,
chewing.
Dylan. When TikTok ends, a lot of people are going to come over here and maybe they'll find you. So, because you cover this content and it doesn't exist anymore. Dylan's looking to be TikTok for a few months anyway, while TikTok's gone. I see what you're doing.
I'll see. I might be able to get through this entire year. I know I can make it halfway.
Everyone just imagine Dylan up late now, screen recording and recording all this nonsense so he can watch it later and talk about it like it still exists. He's dreaming with ghosts, people. He's working with ghosts.
All of these accounts are... It sounds like that every user is going to be killed, the way you're putting it. These are all ghosts. Everyone involved with TikTok has been taken out back and given the old yeller.
Yes, because now they're going to have to go to new platforms where they all aren't as weird as the TikTok people, so they will be diluted in their weirdness, and so they're all like, fuck, now we got to start over back in the fucking locker. We got out of the locker, and we got to our group, I found my tribe, and now right back in the locker. Get over here to YouTube. We'll shove you right in the goddamn locker, you weirdos.
TikTok with Dylan. That's not bad. Delta Zero, thanks for the suggestion. I do need a name for this segment.
I like Ghost Talk with Dylan. They're all dead. I see dead people.
Oh, fuck. And I have an account, too, and I made TikTok videos. They gonna kill me, too, Casey. Hide me.
I know. I was thinking all that work I did on that fucking TikTok thing. Like 8 seconds, and it's gone forever.
It has been years since I made a TikTok video, because it's just... I enjoy it much better of looking at girls' asses than actually doing something on it. Oh, the pottery. That's what's going on.
Ugh, bangs.
I am pro bangs.
No.
Yeah, maybe you can get me out Los Angeles. Having a wingman that's into the complete opposite things you are? Fuck yeah.
I need to see that forehead. What are you hiding under that forehead, biatch? Is it too much? Is it a 5 head? I need to know.
It's actually
a 5 head
Quado.
is a deal breaker. Yes, it's Quado. That's a deal breaker. I'm sorry.
Yeah, her Quado isn't in her stomach. Her Quado is right here in the middle of her forehead.
Thank you. Hold on.
That's
the gift. Was it Nicholas? Thank you.
Yes, it's a regular night at the Roxbury with me and Dylan going and hitting the LA scenes. Think about that. What's up, girl? What's up? 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 What's up?
I rarely went to Hollywood because Valley people don't like going over that hill.
The best place to party is downtown. You could be like on a roof downtown, high on Molly, and be like, it's noon. What am I doing here? Downtown's just crazy.
Yeah, if I do go back to Los Angeles, I was mainly a Valley boy. You could get me to be a West Sider, and it would be well, not a completely different, but a very different type of experience for me. Top content, just looking at a booty, indeed.
Everything's fine. This is fine.
Oh, totally fine. You can tell. When there's flames engulfing the entire room around you, fine.
8,000 viewing. Just saying. Yeah.
149 to
Oh.
be accurate. It does show how many people are watching this shit.
Well,
And
what's on the
only
left
100
there?
only 149 people were watching that girl's butt. 250 are watching people paint this sidewalk.
Do you ever watch YouTube Live, Dylan? Now, I mean, I know you're all about the TikTok, and I got to YouTube Live first, but I'd be willing to share YouTube Live. It's pretty much TikTok.
YouTube Shorts?
No, not shorts. There's a lot. YouTube Live. Goddamn. There's a YouTube Live. That's what I gong show. I gong show the live show.
Ooh, I didn't get a I didn't get a notification when the Gong Show went live.
You never will.
I just saw it pop up, so I'm gonna have to check it out. Yeah, YouTube Live, that will fill this void. Absolutely, as long as the algorithm brings me a mix of hotties, bizarreness, and the most mundane shit you can think of.
Nope, it's all urban and religious. That is everyone's algorithm right now. Enjoy.
Boo.
Brought that up in the beginning.
One of these sides is going to be the top.
Drawing
So
lessons,
I'm gonna
anyone?
have my fingers outside, inside. Finger outside, inside. And
Ladies,
if I have to find
which
the edge
one's your
one
favorite?
first, I always go for the outside ones first so that I don't have to
Oh,
worry
he knows what
about
he's doing. He's going for the outside
And in
first
between
before he
just has
goes
to be-
inside.
Okay.
Gotta do that
Boom,
scooping
boom.
motion.
Overlap
Scooping
my
motion.
line so that it looks like it's bending. And you have yourself a hand. Okay. So now let's do another one. Another box.
Two
any
hands.
Shape I want.
Fuck yeah, he's using
Draw
two
something
hands.
in the middle. Which way should we go in this one? Let's draw a little bit different. Let's draw this first, the first circle. We're not going to draw it at the edge. We're going to draw it anywhere. Let's go draw it over here. Fuck it.
4 fingers inside.
Now
Fuck
from
yeah.
here, and I need to connect my wrist to my first finger, which is my thumb. Right?
Whenever
So
I
if it-
finger bang
my
a girl with
thumb
just
is
one
connected
finger,
to
I'm
my
like,
wrist,
hey,
and that's the
that's
size
just
of it.
20% of a fist.
Whatever size other
And it
fingers
really
I
gets them
want,
thinking.
Draw them the same size. Connect this one to this one.
40% I
yourself.
can do.
A nice
60%,
little
we'll
your
see.
index and your thumb.
And
Wherever
do
you
remember,
draw,
sexual
another one
fisting,
of these could be the
fighting
pinky side.
fisting. You want to, those are
And then
two
again, all
different
you gotta
things.
do is fill in 2 in the middle. And now you have access to drawing hands in many different directions. Right? It
Now I can draw
any-
hands
any
and pretty
circles
little
that you
trees.
have
Hooray.
a box and you connect 2
Weird
circles.
goblin-looking thing.
Now you have access to drawing that one front side of any hand. Now your other side can be bent in, can be done any way you want. All you got to do is find a couple more of those.
Okay, editor, we could have done a little less time with that.
You have a hand.
Stone, thank you for the follow. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, it gave it away. This year, to save me
Pretty
from
voice.
tears, I gave it to someone
Just imagine you up at 3 a.m. recording this, being like, I'm saving it. I'm saving the whole platform.
I'm saving TikTok, but by recording all of it.
I've got
got
Black
5
Elks,
phones.
Black Elk Skater, and then the Asian singing Christmas songs. This is gonna revive the whole network, baby.
I bought 5 phones, especially to have them all just going at once, screen recording and swiping.
User, thank you for the follow. And you still call my eye. Tell me, baby.
He's like, Dylan's like, I can't get copyright claims if there's no app to copyright me from.
That one did pass the checks because all of these
Of course,
videos, I do give checks, and it's bizarre, like how like sometimes it'll be like, oh, we heard the melody of a Little Mermaid song there on a violin. No, you can't play that. But someone covering Last Christmas goes right through.
In there and grab it.
And now we get our gilf. This lady, step grandmother, written all over her.
as I have when I go to one of your lives. During the holiday is the worst time for anybody who has lost.
Turn off your washing machine when you go live. Or go in another room.
Or turn it up, because I'd rather actually hear that than the dribble. Whatever she's saying.
Anything. Anything that was important to you, that you loved.
It's like your mom's friend trying to talk you into letting her give you a handy.
She doesn't need to do much talking. You would have to have, like, one of those scary movie two hands for me to say, handy, no.
Instead of being in sorrow, we must accept it.
Principled Uncertainty doesn't believe this is a gilf. He thinks that when I shave my beard off, I turn into an older lady looking for some younger men.
And live one day at a time. And enjoy us, because we are here now. And we're only here one time.
Kelly, where does your mom keep the lotion?
Your whole family's going to be wiped out.
I'll wipe out millions of your family right now. Heyo.
I want to... Did you hear that last phrase she said? It sounded a bit ominous.
Only here one time. You never know when your whole family's going to be wiped out. I do.
She knows when her whole family is going to be wiped out. Guilty grandma, no!
A little bizarre. All right, is your whole fucking algorithm Asians? I gotta ask, because it's all I've seen now. It's predominantly Asian ladies. Okay, I get it.
Well, it is TikTok. This is why they're getting rid of it. They do not want us getting together with them other cultures there.
You're getting yellow pilled. Heyo.
I guess I'm not really going to miss this, though. There are so many beauty pageants. And as much as we think the beauty pageants are big in the South, I've never seen white ladies doing these beauty pageants. It's always Chinese and Japanese ladies.
Such a psyop. Good one, China. You got us. You got us.
A little yoga. If anyone needs some yoga lessons, I won't be able. She can't be my instructor. I can't do all those moves with a hard on. Tube top yoga.
That monkey's seen some things. Look at his eyes. He can't blink. I haven't blinked in 2 years. This lady.
And he can't remove his hand from his dick. He is just always playing with it, with that right in front of him. Yes, child pose is nice and everything, but there we go. Child pose with a little movement.
If you're right behind her, she's winking at you.
The brown wink.
Best guess.
A Cyclops wink. Ooh! Hey, Smith, she may be the woman of my dreams. I do see that cut on the floor now.
Oh, you fucking weirdo. Of course you saw that.
I didn't see it until A. Smith pointed that out, but that does look like that when she takes her yoga mat, she has a carpet there at all times.
It's like, oh yeah, that's Unit 147, the kerning top latch model. I looked at that one time, but it was too heavy. I couldn't push it up. So if she was sitting on top of it, I couldn't get out.
That's what she wanted. See, she's one of those sadists. You don't like a bratty sadist. You can be a bratty masochist. That's okay. But a bratty sadist, that's just torture.
I could see you living in a room like that, but the only air you get is from her farts, which she puts in a little tube, and that's all you breathe. You just live in a box and breathe her farts.
Can
That's
she
your
fart
life,
into
Dylan.
the balloons for our fellow?
Yes. Our new business model.
It's softcore porn everywhere. Principled uncertainty. The Instagram ladies do it. The TikTok ladies do it. And it's just like, I'm not looking for the softcore porn, but oh hey, there's some knockers.
Hey Dylan, there is something that happens when you get a little older. How old are you, roughly? 35 to
38.
40? Okay, so pretty soon, like 2, 3, 4 years, you're gonna have a rush of that testosterone leave your body, and then all of these videos will look ridiculous to you because you'll be like, yeah, sex is cool, but you know, so's reading a book. Like, your life gets so much more balanced when you just are not have pussy on the brain all the time, which you do from 18 or like 14 to about 42. And you hit 42 and you're like, wait, what's this fog finally lifting? You know, pussy's still good and all that, but you're like, wait, it's not the only thing? What do you mean? I've been lied to this whole time? I've lied to myself this whole time? I've made choices in my life because of pussy only, and now I'm realizing, oh, you didn't have to do that. It's just always there. It's like it's an element.
With all that wasted time, I could have made a 1-for-1 model of Johnny 5.
I could have done so many things, Dylan. Jeez, I'm pussy. And then, like, joined a band, wrote songs. What for? Pussy. You know, everything. Every decision you start writing down on a paper. You're like, wait a second. This was all for pussy. And then you're like, well, I don't really, you know, need it as much. Still cool. Need it as much. And then all of a sudden, everything looks clear. And then you're going to go back and watch these things where you're watching that lady right there with her tube top on and stretching. And you're going to look on the look on your face and you'll be like, yep, young Dylan, look at him, spry and full of tea. Not like that anymore.
He'd get it up whenever. Didn't need to really think about it.
That doesn't change. That doesn't change. It's just you're like more selective. like it would go up over anything. I'd be at a Subway and they'd put the counter just at the right height where your dick would rub against it and feel blood start to rush in. I'm like, that's not fair. I didn't even see a hot chick. It's just touching it on something at the level of it can do it. It's not fair, Dylan. You need that fog to clear. You're a few years away, Dylan, and it will clear, and then you will start your true life. And it's amazing.
So if any of you ladies would like to buy a soul, you have about 5 or 10 years before I get my wits about myself and just give it away.
By the way, when you don't care anymore, truly don't care anymore, you're a goddamn pussy magnet. I swear to God, Dylan. They sense they're not caring on you anymore. You're not going to hunt me down in the middle of the night. You're not going to look through my phone. You don't give a fuck what I do. You're just going to move on with your life. I need you.
And I need
Daddy.
Johnny 5.
Number 5, not just robot. Oh, roses for my Stephanie.
This is impressive.
He only has this one. I wish that he had the resources to fucking sell these. I would probably like live in a storage container, have my Johnny 5, and that's it. Because it's fucking cool to have a complete Johnny 5 model. Number 5, alive.
This thing had 9 lives. She just fed them all. Woo!
May the Christmas season bring only happiness and joy to you and your family.
Is there a microphone there, Johnny 5?
A little dinosaur. Isn't that special? I'd love to talk with you. Do you have a question? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a holly jolly day and lots of fun.
Johnny sounded like he didn't mean that. Johnny has a lot of emotion behind him. Oh, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a great day.
Hey, Johnny, I cannot believe you are now practicing Christian. The Indians raised you, and now you are a Christian, man. We forsake you.
And I can't believe you're a white man.
That's my
Fisher
Johnny 5
Stevens.
Indian impression. Johnny Five is not alive in my book.
Johnny Five got fucking killed by a bunch of gangsters in Short Circuit 2 and gave me nightmares for fucking years.
So he rolls with the Bloods, apparently, too, Johnny Five.
Fucking Short Circuit 2. That was the most traumatic thing that I saw for years on end was Short Circuit 2.
Short Circuit 3 would be amazing if he was like a Blood and he was driving through Crip territory and he had to get out and do a Crip dance. Like there was a whole scene where Johnny Five's doing like the Crip dance. Everyone think about that. It's the theater of the mind, people. Theater of the mind.
I think it was a Cholo gang that he joined by the end of Short Circuit 2.
That's right.
Ho, 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 bozos. Time to make the donuts. Here keep on bruises.
Imagine the dirty shit you could have him say. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, this is now a realization that he can say anything. Thank you, AI. We can now have Johnny Five do anything we want.
Johnny Five OF. You can leave this shit and go over to OF and put those robot fingers in some twats.
A fuckbot. I can't believe we've never thought about Johnny Five as a fuckbot.
Mm-hmm.
How did we miss that?
I don't know.
Los Locos kick your face. Los Locos kick your balls. Star Chunkster remembers the Cholo gang that Johnny Five joined, and then he was gold at the end and got his citizenship. But still, fucking horrifying for a 3-year-old to watch.
It was. That one really like stuck with you.
Because he was like a child, and his outlook on the world, he was like me. So it was like the gangsters are fucking murdering me. Very internalized, Johnny Five's assault.
They used imagery from cartoons, like when he'd run away and like all scared and stuff. They used stuff from like Wile E. Coyote. So as a kid, you recognize this shit. You're like, that's like cartoon, but he's a robot, and yeah, it was Gen Xers, we got used to this AI world. We were told what was coming early on.
Do you know what else is going on? I'm trying to make a segue to my next clip, and I failed miserably. Wrestling Pro Wrestling is our next clip. Once I get I want this one, and we'll go over here. So this is out of Burbank, actually, now they're doing shows in downtown Los Angeles. Absurdist Pro Wrestling. Their heavyweight champion for the longest time was Cereal Man, and like their belts and their masks was made out of like the guar foam. I don't know what you would call that, but I've recognized it from guar. So this is low budget Absurdist Wrestling right in your backyard. I recommended it to DJ Electra, and you too. If you're gonna
what does WPW stand for?
Wrestling Pro Wrestling.
Okay, I like it already.
This is Wrestling Pro Wrestling. The two commentators, I actually knew those guys in Los Angeles on the stand-up comedy scene, Eric Barnes and Rivers Langley on commentary. I don't know this ring announcer, but we have got 8 minutes of some absurdist wrestling that I really enjoyed, and I think you will too, Casey.
Introducing team number 1. First, he is Pizza Face. Brand new competitor here for Wrestling Pro Wrestling. Who doesn't like the pizza pie, Eric Barnes? Everybody loves a pizza pie here in town.
I need to be working here.
Everyone loves a pizza pie.
I need to be
They'll have you.
for these people.
Actually, I don't know if they get paid or if they must get paid at this point. I remember when they first started, and the stand-ups were just doing it for the funs and shits of it. I especially love his theme song. Is the Spider-Man 2 on PlayStation 2 pizza delivery song.
Where in LA is this? Is it a comedy club or is it
they mentioned it in downtown Los Angeles, the Regent or the Regency. I forget which it's called.
Okay, so theater.
Yeah, a theater in downtown Los Angeles. It was at the Oddities, the Hall of Oddities in Burbank before it moved to the Elks Lodge. So they're coming up in life.
It is introducing his partner, Terry Gordy.
Accidentally muted there for a moment. Terry
Like,
Gordy.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, they need production. Like, it's not bad, but oh my God, you could have fun with this sort of shit.
Yeah, it's mainly a live show. They haven't really put the muscle behind it to get this presentable for recording.
Terry Gordy making his way to the ring.
Bam, bam, squash, squash.
Also might be a part of it, though. You know, keep it ridiculous looking. It's part of the style.
It does go along with the style of being very low budget like this, because that's what all their costumes are. They probably spent less than $200 on this Terry Gordy costume.
Terry Gordy.
That's right. And he managed to escape another Halloween without being carved.
Yeah, that's good thing he's a squash and not a pumpkin. Well, this will be an exciting team of Pizza Face and Terry Gordy and their partner.
And introducing their partner from your favorite dance club, Sexy Chino. Oh, God. Here we go.
Here we go indeed, Rivers!
Every time.
Here he comes. The sex magnet himself, Sexy Chino.
Anyone who's been to a dance club has met Sexy Chino.
I'm usually Sexy
Oh,
Chino.
yeah. Uh-huh. Well, one more time. Get in the ring.
Steal your
And do
girl
this
energy.
thing. Dancing around with the gourd and the pizza face. Taking his pants off and checking that thing.
Oh, God. He's got velvet pants. Lord. This should be illegal. He has velvet pants. I have a burning rage here at Barnes.
Oh, you're just jealous, Rivers Langley, that you're not as sexy as Sexy Chino.
Hey,
So there's our first team. I decided to cut the entrances of our second team out because it just went for a while. They're taking on.
Only do intros, no fights.
There are a couple of spots here that you're really going to enjoy. So we saw our good guys. Our bad guys are King Desi. He's the king of Monrovia, California. And the Sneaky Snakes, who are like beatniks.
Eleanor, not suffering fools lightly.
They ain't wasting any time, Rivers.
Absolutely.
The Sneaky Snakes and King Desi all trapped in the corner. Oh! Sexy Chino with a sexy splash.
Not a normal
It's
splash.
Pizza time! Wow. And
Pizza Face got a
here
decent
comes
amount of
Terry
air.
Gordy going in for the big squash.
Big squash in the corner.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's a big hammer to the head.
A giant pipe and a cartoonishly large hammer.
They say that nobody out pizzas the face, but it just happened, and we watched it.
I really enjoyed these post-production sound effects. All of these weapons are obviously like made out of plastic and foam, but we're getting that nice tink, tink from the lead pipe.
Wait a second. Are you saying it's not real? Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me.
Then I shall say nothing going forward as we watch our heroes, Pizza and a Gourd, hopefully get out of this mess.
Well, that pizza face is getting stuffed crust right now. As Desi and the Sneaky Snakes take advantage, referee Chris Hernandez just let it happen. Is that a croquet mallet, Rivers?
I think that's a mallet. He's never going to dance again.
No.
Broken ribs ain't got no rhythm.
He's going to send it through his... Oh, no!
Right in the royal jewels. That is awful.
Ah!
That is also awful.
The croquet mallet actually working.
You know, a couple decisions here or there. This could have been the Dabbleverse.
Instead of a boxing match, I'll take you all on a handicapped. Especially with all those personalities. I want to fight you, Bill Loney. I'll fight you, both you and Sal Lamy.
Yeah, we could have had such fun, but we're also horrible people. So, que sera, sera.
It's going to weigh down a boat with it, it would seem, based on its size. Pizza Face picking up Terry Gordy. Oh! Double clothesline with the chain. And another one.
Let's jump ahead a little bit. Here's the spot I wanted you to see, the car battery spot. He pulled out a car battery from underneath the ring.
Shit just got real, Rivers.
He's got to get this party started.
Oh, no!
No, it's electric.
Everyone involved getting...
An unfortunate turn of event. Everyone is being electrocuted, and it just keeps getting added on.
If the whole audience did this and it was like one of those dances where they get behind everyone, a cha-cha-cha through the whole house, that would be awesome.
Shot, and King Desi gets shot. Oh, for the carpet. Oh, it's Sexy Chino. The referee Jones of his own. So is Terry Gordy Pizza Face. Just looking quite glad at what's happening. Based on his expression. Wow. He's going to throw. Oh, water balloon.
Wow. That's a
Pizza Face standing tall.
Just have to pretend the water balloon broke. That's the most unreal thing we've seen so far, is the water balloon not breaking. Everything else, I can see why you didn't want me to tell you this wasn't all on the up and up.
Well, you can see the crowd all do the physics math there. They're like, well, let's see. Water on a battery would break all the electrical. Sure, I guess. And then by the time everyone's like, all right, yay. They went really highbrow there for a second.
Pizza Face drinking in the cheers of this Wrestle Turkey crowd here at the Regent in downtown Los Angeles. Wait a minute. Is that a... Oh, no. Is that... Don't open that box, Pizza Face, whatever you do. For the love of God. Oh, he throws that puzzle box into the back.
Hey.
Something happened. The puzzle box got thrown into the back, and it looks like something came out of it.
These motherfuckers.
Wait a minute.
Oh, no.
Call my lawyer.
What's coming out of the puzzle box?
Oh, the sights that we are about to be shown, Rivers.
Oh, my God.
It can't be.
It's the Cenobites.
It's the Cenobites.
Okay.
Wow,
Good on
the
you.
Cenobites have come out from that puzzle box.
I am terrified and also incredibly hungry.
Wait, are they cinnamon?
The
What are they?
Cenobites.
The Cinnabuns that are also Cinnabites?
Yeah, they're Cinnabons that are Cinnabites.
Okay, congratulations.
And there is their leader, Pinbread. This was the first video I watched when I was like, I want to find some pro wrestling for Casey Day. And I saw Pinbread come out. I'm like, this is the one. I need to look no further.
No, this is ordained by the fate. Fate, yes, but it's weird because no one really calls it puzzle box. Like it actually has a name, and that's what everyone calls it. I forget the name right now, but it's not the name. It's called the Lament Configuration. So, yeah, puzzle box is a weird thing to call it, then have demons come out of it. I'm suing. And then you're gonna sue me for stealing off Clive Barker. So we go round and round and round, people.
Well, at least you're not getting countersued. It's a third party that has to get involved to sue you.
Suing the cinnamon people.
It's Schumer, Butterall, with their leader, Pinbread. The oven.
Did he say Nimrod?
Pinbread.
Leader? Oh, Pinbread. Pinbread.
Their leader is Pinbread.
All right. I thought they said Nimrod. I'm like, what the fuck is a Nimrod?
We have a Nimrob who just sent a $5 super sticker. Thank you, Nimrob, for... I've got it open. It's a fox. It's a fox saying, hiya! Oh, just like our buddy, Kia.
YouTube's really got to rethink them fucking stickers. I mean, what are you doing, YouTube?
Oh yes,
Make it
and
a meme. Make it a
Nim-
meme. You know?
a meme.
Imagine if we could post memes, but so we can't post pictures. But if you could post GIFs or memes in comments or as a chatter, I think that'd be amazing.
I agree. I would absolutely love to drop in that lady yelling at the cat in front of the plate. That would be fantastic instead of
I'd
the
drop
super
like
sticker.
30 Dwight Schrute memes a goddamn show. It'd just be all Dwight Schrute all show.
Picard, hand face,
and false face-palm. Yes,
I agree with you. Yeah, we need some pictures to come in and take over these super stickers. But I do want to plug upcoming Nimrod's buddy, 2K, will be joining me twice in the month of February. Thanks for dropping into the show. Coming up soon, 2K.
Neutral ground, Dylan. The neutral ground for us.
We are Cenobites. Desserts to some, diabetes to others. Pizza Face, we have such treats to feed you.
Wait a minute. Cenobites making their way inside the ring. Pizza Face.
Such treats to feed you.
Go, run, Pizza Face, run! Pizza can't beat cinnamon rolls. No matter how delicious it is. The Cenobites are chasing Pizza Face out of the ring.
Gosh, they smell delicious.
Right through the crowd.
Evil but delicious.
Run, Pizza Face.
Oh, I know what this is. So will turn.
Previous partners on a 3-on-1. Excuse me, 3-on-2 advantage.
It's got to be the will turn, I think.
They said the Regent in downtown Los Angeles.
Oh shit! It looks exactly like the Wilton. Hold on.
Holding on.
No,
I'll
do your
vamp.
thing, but I'm.
What was I going to set up? So that was Wrestling Pro Wrestling. They do a show, I think, once a month, once every other month out in Los Angeles, and it's just complete fucking madness. Fantastic stuff going on there. And why not dip back into the Craigslist misconnections after this one? Have you found what you were looking for yet?
Yeah, so I saw a little band called the Toadies at the Regent. That's why they look familiar to me, because I sat against the one wall there. They look really familiar. And so, yeah, it's a really good place to see bands and apparently some sort of funny wrestling that I've never heard of before, which is amazing. How have I not heard of this before?
I don't know. It's in your backyard. It's been in your backyard since I saw my first show in 2018. So it's been years that this has been going on right under your nose.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's what happens when you're not a wrestling fan. You just your fingers aren't up in the wind, to
Actually,
catch this sort of stuff.
It was my dominatrix that introduced it to me. I was dating the kinky nanny, and it was actually her. She knew one of the guys in this wrestling school, and it was actually her, my kinky nanny, my favorite ex of all time, who introduced this to me.
What a life you've lived, Dylan.
Yes, I have lived enough lives for 3 perverts.
Yes, it is the hotel in John Wick.
Oh, the
no
Regent is the
business shall be done here. This is a place to keep your coin.
Thank you for another $2, Nimrod. Dylan's show is like holy grounded on Highlander.
Yes, you're where we would keep all our money if it was a real war, Dylan. You are our Switzerland.
Glad I could be your Switzerland. Because one thing I do like doing is bringing people together. And this highlighting of Craigslist misconnections, it might bring people together. Such as the Whole Foods checker in Northwest Couch. Is that a town? Couch? In Portland?
Never heard of it. Nope, never heard of Couch, Portland.
Of the lithe, wavy hair, female, checker at Whole Foods. I can't seem to recall your name or the color within the silver rings of your hypnotic eyes. I would say more, but I've forgotten everything. I'm the bearded guy who has observed you observing and casting spells.
B- from the Nora Ephron school. Little, not concise enough. A little too wordy. And the casting spells part, what is that? That's just stalkery. I don't get that.
Very flowery with the language. Now that you've put it in my head, you, Electra, and Luigi Greenberg are just a trio of skeptics that are making me question what I don't want to question, such as the girl who deep-throated the thing last week. Damn you, Electra. Ruining my pervy fantasies. And this one actually goes together with the last one. Response to the Whole Foods checker. Dude, do you have any idea how creepy your post sounds? And I've seen a few of those in Portland. Not a single one from Los Angeles, but a few of people responding and saying, dude, you're fucking creepy. I think there was about 3. That was the example I chose to go with.
Dylan, do you know that there is a section on Craigslist on how to write an effective misconnection?
What?
Yes. Yes, I will put that
There's
in
instructions on how to write an effective misconnection?
Yes, I just found it. I'm going to put it in the private chat for you. And if you want, you can bring it up and we can go through it. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things you need to do to write an effective misconnection, gazing from afar. It's important that you know how to write this nonsense. They give you a way to. That's why I'm saying it's a writing class, dude. It's people who are bored or scrolling around. It's like, oh, here are the rules. Okay. I can read.
Before I go to that, we do have a Bumble date. Let's see if you'll. I was convinced this was real before. Now that you've gotten in my head, let's see if you change that. Bumble date years ago. We went on a Bumble date where you talked about your journey with fitness, and I talked about how I still smoked cigarettes, but didn't want to anymore. You had a tattoo of a mouse on a wheel. We walked, went to some trashy bars, and made out on your couch for a while. I left. I don't smoke anymore, and know a lot more about myself. Are you still single? Looking? Tell me our names.
Goddamn, yes. I don't remember fucking a week ago, let alone a date years ago, let alone a Bumble date. This is how you write an effective misconnection, though. Please read this, Dylan. God damn, this is funny.
How to write an effective misconnection. Gazing from afar. Be specific. There are 8 million people in New York City. Don't assume the person you missed a connection with saw you, let alone remembers you. Be specific. Name which train, which direction, the time, the street, the stop, the bar, the initials, hair color, eye color, embarrassing tattoo placement, the song that was playing on the jukebox at the time. For God's sake, people, be specific. You're trying to make a connection this time.
What a great point that is, because these people are writing. Do you remember that thing years ago where these people probably didn't even notice that thing? So you're like, it's farting into the wind. This is a hat on a hat, because this isn't even talking to people who might see it. This is talking to people who had no idea you existed. You noticed this moment, and then now you're coming back years later to like celebrate it or find the person. That is psychopathic, and 5150 institutionalized this motherfucker's behavior. I gotta say.
Okay, I won't read every single one of these. I definitely have to read the big one. Thanks for dropping in, Tai Sin. Roomgoers for life. Indeed, the roomgoers that we met in our freshman year of college, we would like to get back into contact with them. And hopefully we'll hear more from them from the next episode of James Rolfe's A Movie Making Nerd book review coming up next Wednesday. Oh boy, that is really something. But going to this next tip, focus on them. Be brief. Pay a compliment. Write properly.
Read this
I'm
one.
going to read.
It's important. Your dream lady does not like the apostrophe in the wrong place, I'm telling you.
I need to read this whole thing. Don't beg. Yes, we know.
Aaron,
that's italicized.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we know you'd love to talk to this person. We know because you just spent hopefully only a couple sentences explaining who they are and why you notice them. If you did a good job with this, it really isn't necessary to reiterate that you'd love to talk. This is why you filled out the email form at the bottom of the page. Oh, I thought that was going to be more entertaining.
You know what we need? We need a misconnection connection. Like, we need a page where people have found each other through misconnections. What is the point of seeing one part of this story? The nonsense part. This person that had no idea I was there, I'm going to leave this thing for her years later. That does us nothing. Give us the finished story where then this person found my stupid shit and we're now dating and got divorced and I burned her in a fire. Thank you. Want the whole story.
I like this last one. I gave you my number, but you never called. This is not a misconnection. This is tough shit.
God damn. When you're told to get into the locker from the misconnection fact sheet from whatever, where is this? Craigslist? You're not getting pussy this week. No pussy for you. No pussy for you.
So let's see if we have a good example of someone being specific from the Craigslist misconnections.
Hey, where do you get most of your dating advice? The FAQ section on Craigslist on how to write misconnection ads. Oh, okay, great. That should work for you.
This one is entitled, You Stopped By My Garage. And the body is, You Stopped By.
Comedy writing class. See, all classes are getting involved now. This is a comedy school. They're like, all right, guys, it's our time for our Craigslist day. Go on Craigslist and write some funny M for M action, or get yourself over to Miss Encounters or I don't think they have an M for M. Dylan, do they have an M for M anymore?
A what room?
You know what I'm talking about.
An infram?
M for something like M for M, something like that. They don't have that.
Oh, M for M. The personals. The personals. I didn't. Okay. I wasn't understanding what you were saying. M for M. F for F. Like that used to be on the in the newspaper sections, but then migrated.
So it's not on Craigslist anymore.
The casual encounters isn't there. I think there is something similar. I'll report back to you next week.
So you know the casual encounter M for M is gone, though. You 100% know that.
Yeah, casual encounters is gone.
Okay.
But I think there is something in its place where you can go be a male looking for a male.
Hey, Dylan.
Things of that nature.
Dylan, sadder event. Losing casual encounter M for M or losing TikTok for Dylan? Go.
TikTok. Definitely TikTok, because the misconnections is fucking shenanigans. There is no one that is sorting through this. Like, I hope he posted that guy that I smiled at. I hope he writes me.
Let me ask you, Dylan. How long do you think before M for M casual encounters closed down before you noticed? It was like 48 hours. What was the time frame?
Well, you see, I'm not a child, and I don't go on the casual encounters on Craigslist.
Did you get an alert? Is what I was at.
I go to Backpage. I went to Backpage. I noticed when Backpage left me. It took me a long time to realize that the casual encounters was gone from Craigslist.
Yeah, Backpage sucks because them's the real whores. They cost you money just to even call them.
Those are prostitutes,
Yes.
sex working whores
Yes.
over there on Backpage.
Yes, a giant P. Hookers.
A giant P hooker, you say. I think this is my favorite. You stopped by. It's like a joke from Forrest Gump. You stopped by. You stopped by.
The end for this person, they could not in their wildest imagination think that one day a man on YouTube will cover this. Think about how just throwaway this was in this person's life. And now we've pulled it out of the trash, unwrinkled it, put it on the fucking screen for everyone to see.
The dump truck the dump truck did not come by and pick up this trash. It was just sitting there. So I'm going to sift through it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, the 21st Avenue Quick Stop Market. I walked by you and your friend. Let me try that again. I walked by you and your friend while walking into the Quick Market. Okay, you're losing points. That is just a bad sentence. I was looking for ranch dressing. You walked in a minute later, looked at me and said, "You're hot." I said, "Thank you." Then you left. You're hot too. Who are you? What's your name? Let's get a drink or dinner. Okay, this This sounds like a first-year creative writing student that's not as talented as the rest that we went over today.
Yeah. You know, you got to grade on the curve with this sort of thing, though, because it is Portland.
It is indeed Portland. Let's get one more and then get back into some videos.
Maybe Balin Dupree. You know, I've never seen anyone else mention ranch dressing. So, hey, Balin.
Well, she wants people to put the ranch down. She wouldn't be picking the ranch up.
Well, when someone puts it down, God picks it up or something.
I knew you were the way your voice was. I was like, this is God closing a door and opening a window.
God loves ranch. Oh my God, you should see him.
I think God loves French. It's a mix of French and ranch dressing. French.
It's okay. French is okay. Also, Russian and ranch is good.
Missing my by man, mid-60s plus. You wanted me to come over and taste test your candy cane. I'm available.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're getting into the ones that are very similar to what we saw in Los Angeles last week. I'm a gay. I'm looking for another gay. That would be really great. Oh, and I just lost audio connection. So get out of here. I'll bring that back up in a moment.
Yeah,
Stupid browsers.
Just throw a rock around here. You don't got to post anything. Just throw a rock. You'll hear, ow, that hurt my head. And then you got one.
It sounds like caveman days. Instead of clubbing her and getting you one, you've got a rock that you're hitting one with.
Oh, Dylan, you would have thrived in those caveman days. Is this more wrestling?
So this is a little different.
This looks fancier.
This looks fancier. Let's see what you think going forward. This is from Tyler Hodder. I covered him once on co-host auditions, and he has a wrestling show once a week, WECW Showdown. Here's episode 55.
Welcome to the 55th edition of Showdown, as we're only 3 weeks away from Hunt for Gold, and Cody Rhodes is in the ring. What is his motive? Must think about Roman Reigns. I'm not here to say what you want to talk about. I want Roman Reigns to get his ass out here now.
It's like his mother is conducting business or has friends over in the next room, because he's trying to be emotional here as Cody Rhodes, but he's yelling, "Come out here now." And this is a lot of effort. Look at all these individual people that he has cut out, and he's got like on the back of poster board or cardboard or something. I think this is modeled after the Hammerstein Ballroom in New York City. It looks so this guy has put a lot of effort into playing with his toys.
Yes, he's gone full Ben Wyatt from Park and Recs. You never go full Ben Wyatt.
I thought you were going to say he went full Benoit. That's another Ben you don't want to go full.
Gotta have some guts to call out Roman Reigns. Is he gonna show up? There he is.
Fantastic announcing job. There he
He is.
You gonna show up? There he is. And I see he's going by the method of people like sliding rather than the clomp clomp. If I were him, I would do the clomp clomp of them walking. But to each his own.
I'd have a little, like a Barbie car they come in on.
Oh, that's what Eddie Guerrero, if he has an Eddie Guerrero, he might come in on the Barbie hydraulic car, because that was his entrance, was he'd come in with a hydraulic car every time.
Or maybe ride a tarantula in. That would be amazing.
You gotta be insane. Come on, Cody. You know you still have no guts to fight me. Mainly because I've been here since the last time we've been in the same exact ring. Because why can I just let somebody else do? Hold it.
This camera's facing the wrong way,
Roman
by the way,
Reigns,
from what I want to see.
Oh, I do want to see you behind the scenes.
That's all I want to see.
We need to convince him to put this up on Patreon. We need the reverse angle for paid subscribers. I will give you $5-10 each month for that. Just like you can give me $5 each month to become a member. Co-host audition members only episode next Tuesday. And I appeared on Casey Day's channel on a members only, a members first episode with the unboxing Gold Dust.
Yeah, we still haven't cleaned your cage. Still got the little poop that you left in the corner.
I left it in the corner. I mean, you didn't let me out for hours on end. So the most intelligent place was the corner.
We're testing that theory, like, where did all the white poop go? So we're just letting it sit there and see if it turns white. Because where did it go? You remember when we were kids? There was white poop everywhere. Now I can't see any white poop anywhere. Where'd it go?
I remember the white poop. I guess our dog catchers and our people are now picking up the random white poops.
Not one white poop has survived these last 10 years. It's a conspiracy. Where's the white poop at?
Or maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it's not the sanitation department. Maybe there are poop eaters that are getting to the poop before it gets all white.
Not it. Dylan, this is something that I think you could be a part of. If she was hot enough, Dylan, and she wanted to do some fecal play, how far would it go with you?
The coffee table. I need a coffee table in between me and the feculate.
You need something, to block the smell, really, right?
I don't want it on me. And if she's into fecal play, I suppose she wants it on her. Not my place. We're not doing that
like,
scat
Dylan,
play at my place.
Dylan, I want you to use my shit as shampoo, and we'll call it shit poo. And you put it on your hair, and then we fuck. Shit poo style.
I feel like it would be easier to get the shit off of my skin than out of my hair. That's even worse than shitting on my chest. But if you shit on my face, then that's pink eye. So now I'm just ranking how terrible the places that she shits are.
And as you're thrusting, that shit's getting everywhere. It's going all over the room, flinging everywhere. You're gross.
Spurgsnake has an explanation for us. There's no more white poop because they changed the dog food.
Well, what were they feeding our dogs to turn their poop white? God damn. I had some dogs that died when I was a child. Should I be suing? Spurgsnake is what I'm asking.
According to Star Chunkster, it was ash.
We just feed our dogs ash in the 80s? Well, it makes sense.
It was acceptable in the 80s.
They just didn't even put a tag on us and let us kids just run around all day. Maybe he's alive, maybe he's not. Who knows? We have more sexual organs. We can have another one.
Let's jump ahead a little bit on this madness.
Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I'm talking about it looks like SpongeBob SquarePants and the Joker, and I'm back for.
Spurgsnake doesn't think it's ash. He believes that it was Bone Dust, who you may think is the brother of Gold Dust, but no, that was Stardust is the brother of Gold Dust. So he's got a commentary team here, including the Joker and SpongeBob SquarePants. Now I'm starting to play Smash or Pass with all of these cutouts that he's got in the background. Smash Lady on the Phone, Smash Teeth, Smash... Oh, of course they're all sexy people. He's not cutting out ugly people for this.
Where did he get the Andrew Santino doll? Andrew Santino doll.
That does look like... I believe that was from the I'm Dying Up Here action playset. It may have lasted only a season.
That's a good one.
For 1 week. But time for some tournament action.
It'd be funny if Luigi, the insurance murderer, was just back there in the back. Just chilling.
WCW World Heavyweight Championship.
I don't think Tyler has the same sense of humor that we do. No. I would definitely have our buddy Luigi in there.
Yeah, imagine if like his wrestling humor is very limited, but his political humor is hilarious, and he has like Rudy Giuliani back there and like borrowed trousers because he can't afford them anymore. Stuff like that. It'd be funny.
Tournament. Introducing first, the Sandman.
Oh, Homer's there too.
percentage of these figurines that have been inside this man? Go.
5%.
Okay, that's
he
low.
really cares about these, so those 5% are especially for the ass.
Yeah, Homer's very smooth. He's for sure going in.
Sandman Vader has some unfinished business. Sandman was hardcore champion, but now he's been thrown into the trash. Well, I'm glad that belt is gone for good. Yeah, but the winner of this will meet either Diamond Dallas Page or JBL in our main event here tonight. And his opponent from the Rocky Mountains, Vader.
All right, now we get to see some action.
Vader now.
I thought I was going to play this whole thing. We'll watch this match, and then I think I've had enough of Tyler Hodder.
Vader now. It's immediately going after the Sandman. Now, Singapore hand in hand. Oh, Vader now.
Now Vader 69's him.
Oh, Vader sees blood.
Vader's got a hard on. He loves blood.
Sandman up. Oh, choke slam. Where's he gonna go now? Vader's gonna get some hardwood in the form of a table. Why?
Tyler, you did it. You got the rim shot from Casey Day.
He brought out some hardwood playing with his wrestling characters. He deserved it.
That actually is a joke that Jerry Lawler would say all the time with tables. He's getting wood. Hee.
Clip that.
Well, there are no rules. That's why. Vader now is getting the table set up.
I'm enjoying these different camera angles. He set it up there on his tripod. He's taken the time to have the action figure set it up.
Yeah, it's it's lifelike. I don't even see the enormous hands on either side of doing it. I just see the characters.
Because if the table was just set up, we would be like, what the fuck? How did that happen? We needed to see that in between. So I definitely would have this guy as a script supervisor. He knows what shots I need to get.
Uh-oh.
Looks like it's gonna be table time, perhaps.
Don't bend over too much.
But Sandman now has got the Singapore hand in hand, and now, oh no, Vader. Vader now, oh no, oh my God. Power bomb through the table. And now what?
Now
oh my God. Oh, man on his head. That is it. Vader is advanced. Here is your.
He's got a little bell. He's got a bell just like. Soren, I think you're right. I said I think it's the downstairs. I mentioned Hammerstein. I thought it was Hammerstein Ballroom, but I think you're right. The Manhattan Center that's got wrestling history in it. And we haven't heard SpongeBob on commentary. Why is he even there?
Yeah. I often say, people, you need hobbies to have like a fulfilling life. I'm going to retract that statement. Stop with your fucking hobbies, people. They're ridiculous. Just sit in a room and stare at the wall like the rest of us.
Vader!
It's cheaper, too.
Yeah.
Vader has advanced to meet either DDP or JBL in our main event. That was tough performance from Sandman, but it was not good enough to defeat Vader. He might be the favorite to win this whole tournament because him and Goldberg have history a year ago.
Okay, that's enough. We've got more backstage segments and another match, but I'm tapping out of Tyler Hodder. I now see why this was one of my worst viewed episodes of co-host auditions.
You did this for co-host auditions?
Yep, I did it for a fucking hour one time.
It's mesmerizing, but we've got the camera angle all wrong. We need someone filming him doing this. That's the camera angle. Like the characters I don't care about. I want to see the mutant sloth that is doing this, Rocky Road. That's what I'm imagining.
I am fascinated with all the detail he has put into each one of these dioramas. Every single backstage, it looks pretty damn good. I'm gonna hire him to be on my claymation movie to make some backgrounds.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of MTV Celebrity Deathmatch a little bit, how it looks.
Yes, Celebrity Deathmatch mixed with Action Team Now from Nickelodeon.
You watch a lot of Nickelodeon, do you, Dylan?
It's been a long time. Action Team Now was 1990s from Kablam.
Oh, okay. That's a dangerous channel to watch. Got some.
But how else am I going to see what Patrick Star is up to this week?
I haven't watched since they slimed people in game shows. That was the best.
And coming to find out that Mark Summers, the host of all those shows, was a germaphobe. That is fascinating. That he was just flipped the fuck out by all that slime on set.
He'd like pick that booger out of that nose and then just cringe. That'd be fucking. I love it.
That was one of the final games. It was pick the flag out of the boogery nose.
Yeah. So
I miss Family Double Dare.
I think the producers fucking hated him, is my guess. This fucking guy, this Summers guy. You know what we'll do? Get a big nose. Put some boogers in it. We know this guy hates that shit. So, yeah, I think they hated the host.
That was the whole job. There's always a messy fucking round. It was like exposure therapy to him or something, taking a job with directly in the path of his fears. It's like if Eric the Midget was a werewolf wrangler.
Yes. Oh, God. The Eric werewolf stuff is great. We're still so far away from that.
The Pepsi is still so... that's around the Pepsi saga, right? Yeah, the Pepsi saga comes right after the werewolf saga. Looking forward to that from Unboxing Eric.
So much Sanjaya, and then we get into Kendra. So we get Sanjaya into Kendra that rolls into like just 50 other Eric stories, and then we eventually get over to Gonzo too. So like I was just looking at him like there's like 50 other places this little guy went.
Your later episodes are going to be brand new to me because I dropped off of Stern soon after Artie left, and it wasn't like a decision. I was like, Artie's gone, I'm gone. Just it was like an integral part of my day, and then just faded away in 2010 because the dynamic just wasn't the same.
There was a time there where Artie left where they leaned on the Whack Packers a lot more, and so there's like a little bump of Eric coverage in those 2 years before he dies, just because fill in the gaps sort of stuff. And then it's just all of a sudden it just boom, done, over. Like just a quick announcement in the morning and poof, that's the end of Eric. And so
I was just thinking of this, of how fascinating it was that back in the day, Howard was so popular on Sirius, he had a wrap-up show, and it made sense. We all listened to it. And now here, 20 years later, we have another Howard wrap-up show with you, with Shuley. Bobby Fran over on BF Live is playing clips. It's all over the place that we're still doing a wrap-up show for 20-year-old Howard Stern shows.
Yeah, can I say who really has dropped? That is, to me, telling me that the tapes team overall has just dropped the ball in general. So Howard hired this tapes team to manage his library and shit. And, like, what did you need to manage? You just needed to put it out, talk about it. They hide stuff away, put it in a vault. Meanwhile, it's there on YouTube. Meanwhile, we've fought now Sirius 18 times over copyrights. We've won every fucking time. And so they're just kind of little bitches over there, I got to admit. Like
I'm wondering if the tapes team had an edict to just
course
catalog it, and then we'll figure out what we'll do with it later, because they did a great job on the history of Howard Stern. They're cataloging it. It's just nothing is being done. I think it's an edict of Howard being embarrassed of what he used to be.
Well, that's left a giant hole for, Shuley, us, the second best Eric show on the channels, other people to cover it, because, people love it and want it. Eric was like the greatest thing that I think ever happened in radio history to me. If you just write down what Eric is and his stories, it's fucking Shakespearean. It's beautiful. And like you can't then just forget that 30 years later because no one's talking about it. The only people who are talking about it are just putting out clips. There's no context. So anyone new like DJ Electro was like, well, I don't even know where to enter this. Isn't he just like a guy in a wheelchair? Just so she doesn't even comprehend how amazing he was until you presented it in a way, which they should have been doing for the last 10 years. Where have you been, Tapes Team? You know, I know it's fun to go through all the tapes and pull out the F and N words that Howard said, but that's not really all you were hired to do, was it? Because I do that too.
That's not what they were originally hired to do.
Oh.
But yeah, I think at some point, taking out the phone calls with Howard's first wife that made him look bad, I think that became the #1 priority over other things at some point.
Yeah, there's a lot of like cleaning up your spot going on there with the Tapes Team, and not a whole lot of putting out tapes from the Tapes Team. And so it's we're not like mad because we hate. We're mad because we want to consume the content that we loved. Hello. And so, yeah, here we are. And so when we battled Sirius a whole bunch of times in the beginning, we thought for sure the channel was going to get taken down because we just kept rolling through it. But we just learned that they're a paper tiger. They know what fair use is. At this point, we've set precedent. So now all these other shows, kablash, have at it. We've already set the precedent. And so go and do your show. Find the things that you loved on Stern or Opie and Anthony or Brandmeier or Mark and Brian. Who cares? And cover it in a fair use way, but bring it back for people so that people can discover it again, because it really was the golden era of radio and broadcasting. Look at where we're at now. You know, look where we're at now. I'm just scanning the things like Tim Pool, great. You know, like on the other side, I've got Richard Ojeda, great. Like, where are the great broadcasters of this era? They dead. They're on YouTube.
They're not allowed to be great if they are in the industry. They are not allowed to go outside of the box. They are very much trapped in what they're allowed to do. And talking of people bringing old great radio, I've got to give Blind Mike credit for not Don and Mike. I don't like Don and Mike. Ron and Fez. Don and Mike and Ron and Fez used to be on the same radio station in DC. That's where that brain fart came from. But Ron and Fez, I never listened to, and a big thanks to his Why Are You Laughing episodes where he got into it. And B Dabbler is dropping all types of Ron and Fez references that now I'm starting to get. So big thanks to those guys.
B Dabbler might be the biggest Ron and Fez fan on the planet. I hear a lot of their humor in him. Like, he doesn't, it's not a ripoff. It's like you hear inspiration from people, you know? And he's a Fezian, a Ron and Fezian guy. And so, yeah, they're great. And Blind Mike is that old school radio guy. He really is. Like, very few and far between to find those guys, you know? And the fucking crazy thing is, people, same age as Jake Hudson. Yeah, he's got a bright future is what I'm saying.
By the way, oh, Jake Hudson. So I've got a compilation here I want to get to before we sign off. Instead of TikTok Live, I've got 5 minutes of some TikTok videos that people put out, and this is what I'm going to miss even more than the live. I've been covering live, the TikTok Lives here on my channel for a while, but there is just so much madness and fun in these short little clips. Please come over to YouTube Shorts and YouTube Live. I'd love to see you all again.
Oh, they will.
Got offered a job that I really, really wanted, and I've been fired already before I've even started. Literally all that happened was they told me to send a photograph with the photo page of my passport right up close to my face. So I did. I sent this. I mean, I know it looks a bit silly, but it's what they asked for. We regret to inform you that due to your conduct thus far, we will not be going ahead with your employment. Best wishes for the future. It actually really hurt. Should I say I broke my nose? Will there be some sort of compensation?
Silly goose is not allowed at this job. You're better off without it.
Get rid of this fucking app right now. Don't wait till Friday. Do it now.
No, I need to find some more puppet friends, such as this one, teaching me Spanish.
I hate my life. Odio mi vida. I hate my life. I hate my life. Odio mi vida.
Puppets teaching you lessons. That's what we need. Oh, actually, I've shit on AEW wrestling a lot, but apparently there is a female wrestler who's a ventriloquist, and I hope they let her do ventriloquist. That's how you can. I said I was never going to be an All Elite wrestling fan again. You have a female wrestler that does ventriloquism. Come on.
Well,
I'll be a fan again.
The scene writes itself, right? She's knocked out, and she's getting pinned by someone, but then on her right hand comes the puppet and grabs the lady from behind her. So the one that's passed out is controlling it. Oh,
well, I think that would be a disqualification. That's outside interference by the puppet.
Well, they're connected. It depends on how they're connected. If it's a genetic connection, then I think you're going to have to accept it because, trans. Thank you.
I think Pro Wrestling would disqualify a puppet for interfering and breaking up the pin. We've got to go by what...
Are there rules now in that nonsense? You're telling me now they're going to start rules? It'd be perfect for wrestling.
There's supposed to be rules, but WWE actually has started following the rules, which is why there's actually a bit of drama and intrigue in there. AEW doesn't follow the rules. If you don't follow the made-up rules, everything just falls apart.
We can't bust heads like we used to, but we...
Are you familiar with this Grandpa Simpson quote, Casey?
Yes, I am. It's a very famous one, and I can see why this guy got it tattooed.
And this guy said, I need a tattoo of the entire damn thing.
Have our ways. One trick is to tell them stories that don't go anywhere. Like the time I caught the ferry over to Shelbyville, I needed a new heel for my shoe. So, I decided to go to Morganville, which is what they call Shelbyville in those days. So I tied an onion to my belt, which was the style at the time. Now, to take the ferry cost a nickel, and in those days, nickels had pictures of bumblebees on them.
Give me 5 B's for a nickel, you'd say.
Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. The important thing was that I had an onion on my belt, which was the style at the time. They didn't have white onions because of the war. The only thing you could get was those big yellow ones.
I appreciate it is a fine line of being boring or boring entertaining. And like that is the magnum opus of just droning on and being boring, but it being funny.
Mm-hmm. Well, because he sets you up at the beginning. He's like, I'm going to tell you how I fuck with everyone. And then he goes into it. And so you're like hanging on every word because you're on his side. You're looking over his shoulder at the rubes that are hearing this nonsense.
Hi, I'm Lisa, and welcome to What the Fuck Was That Translation Services. We're going to go ahead and get started. Is this me?
I hope she has more of these, because I could use a translation of some of these Zoomers.
Take a while. What Vicky said was, don't play with that girl, Vicky. She is not one of them. What little baby say we in Miami in the middle of winter and we on these jet skis. The fuck you talking about? Now we're going to go ahead and break that comment down. Don't play with that girl, Vicky means Vicky is not to be challenged at any time for any reason whatsoever because she will win. She's not one of them, meaning she's not a person who is shy or reserved about anything. She's going to speak her mind. What little baby say at that time, Vicky is referencing someone who can bear witness to who she is and what she does. Little baby can be a friend, spouse, family member, whatever. We're in the middle of winter in Miami on these jet skis, sort of speaks for itself. Now the ending, what the fuck you talking about, basically means I said what I said and I'm firm in my belief of what I said. Have a great day.
Did you know that your gut feeling is an immediate physical response caused by chemicals in your brain and based on past experiences and internal and external cues from the environment to help you make a decision without even thinking about it?
Thank you, Tits Chopperson. Thank you for showing your tits much more than the lady who gave us an explanation. And this one's bizarre.
This one's bizarre?
This one is bizarre. Out of everything that we saw today, this one runs away with the Bizarreness award.
I saw a man doing wrestling, probably in his underwear, with figurines. We saw a pizza man and then a Cinnabite hell wrestling people. How can this be weirder than things that we've seen today, Dylan? I don't believe you.
You have not seen Long Furby. Long Furby, I am now giving the award the most bizarre of the day. Sandwich time. More or less bizarre than wrestling pro wrestling.
Well, purposely more bizarre. It felt like, it's something that tried to get on Adult Swim, but, there's no there. And so it's just, if I saw that, a couple dots or a couple grams into some psychedelis, I might not come back from that one.
You would be forever. Oh, I've run into a couple of those people who took too much acid and brain fried. And this next guy might be one of those, except instead of acid, it's huffing gas.
Sir, don't do this! Sir!
Is she robbing him? Nice. Yeah, well, that's the last video you show as our country sinks into the sea, because that's not a society anymore.
We I was
Who
told by Jim
filmed that, by
Jeffries.
the way? Who filmed that?
User 41. They don't have a. It's an assumed identity. It's under an odd name. User 4187. So I got to check out this user. Maybe they're filming more crimes.
I think that is a setup. I think that was a streamer who's drinking. I've never seen anyone. I've been around a billion bums, bro. I've been around a homeless taking all sorts of substances you can't believe. I've never seen one shackled up to the gas station, sucking on the fumes of the gas pump. That, my friend, was a work. That was a work. This is a work. Not real. Also, shoes way too clean. And why does he have a computer sitting there? Way too many questions. Not real. Luigi has ruined me.
He has indeed. Just let me live in my world where ridiculous shit that's filmed is real. It's still real to me, damn it. A big old thanks to DJ Electra dropping a tenor. Great show. Thanks for the wrestling at the Regent. OMG. I freaking loved Pinbread. And nice sweatshirt, KC. You guys are the best.
That's my crushed velvet. I got crushed velvet.
Oh, your crushed velvet.
Jesus' face on it. Looks like you, Dylan.
Yeah, it kind of does. There was a homeless man in Glendale who would always yell at me, Cristo, Cristo, Cristo. That's how I learned what Christ was in Spanish.
And did you baptize him, Dylan?
I pissed on him. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Hey, now.
Fair enough.
That was the water that I had at the time, and that's what I christened him with. So we're going to start signing off after this one more misconnection.
Dylan's peeing on someone, so you know it's time to get out of here, folks. That's right.
Now that you started mentioning pissing on folk, I got a halfie. I need to take care of that. So we're gonna do plugs right after I tell you that you miss my big old dong in North Portland, and my big old dong misses you for sure. Let's get back together and reacquaint ourselves.
Now, see, this is just a fishing lure. This is just a fishing line out there. Like this isn't like I met you on a subway at 3 a.m. and we were both reading the same book. No. This is like my cock and only my cock. And so any lady that runs across this is going to be like, meh, why not? You know? So I think good on you. This is how you use misconnections appropriately. You just throw it out there for some poor, sad housewife that needs the D. Thank you.
And these were much rarer in the Portland misconnections. All over the Los Angeles misconnections of let's sword fight. Show me, let's compare scimitars.
But in Portland, like a city like Portland, like with couple 100,000 people, you know, your odds of actually seeing that are much higher in Los Angeles with billions of encounters a day between the 30 million people. How would you think about the odds of going on casual or, you know, the missed encounters and finding something that exact time someone else it's bullshit. Thank you. Writing classes.
Bullshit.
And terrorism or FBI. That's how they communicate. Imagine if you wanted to communicate, say you're cheating on your lady with another lady and you're like, okay, we can't use our normal ways to communicate because my lady is a lady and my lady knows how to go through a phone. How about we do this? How about we go into misconnections in Craigslist, and then I'll just erase that I went there, but we can leave secret messages there for each other. And that's what's going on here.
I just thought of a wordplay that you could have a lot of fun with. Krager's List.
No, Krager's would have a fun. We need to get Krager's more doing shows. Dylan, would you have Krager's on?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I still need to check out a very good show, and
no one's seen it ever.
Oh, good. I'm just like everyone else. Excellent.
He hides it away. No one see it, and then you go turn on it, and they're like talking about barbecuing, like how some kid got barbecued in Africa, and you're like, oh, this is why. This is why. I get it. Okay, because it's really uncensored over there.
Trying to bring up your plugs. Sorry for that little momentary awkward silence there.
Dare you ruin the flow, Dylan?
I am an awkward fuck. I had a date yesterday. We were two awkward people. So hopefully,
well, let's hold on before the plug, Dylan. Let's a little 10 questions with Dylan on his date yesterday.
Okay.
A, let me smell your fingers. No. Okay. So fail. You failed. I smell no meat on them fingers. So it didn't end well. Okay, well, let's go back to the date itself. Your type or not your type?
I think, yeah, I'd say yes, my type. We are two awkward people. Things we like, they aren't a perfect circle. It's a Venn diagram. A nice amount of, we both like this, and we have our own interests.
Second date?
It was the second, yes.
Oh, shit, you know. Oh, so the nerves must be starting to, you're starting to get nervous, a little tingly. Third date's coming up. Are you prepared to be a man on the third date, Dylan? And mount your woman.
I will. I don't know if it'll be proper. We'll see how it goes. I do
Dylan,
want to...
this sort of weaseliness is not going to help you. Be like, yes, I'm going to dick down that bitch. Easy money. That's what I want to hear. That's the sort of confidence that I want to hear you going into this third date with. Matter of fact, when you give her that hug, you just grab her hand and put it right on your cock. You just let her know at the beginning of the date where this thing is going to end. Because
these sound like great tips.
Well, because here, Dylan, if she gets offended by that, guess who doesn't have to buy that cunt dinner tonight? You! And you can start a date one with a new lady. And I'm just saying, date 3, hand on the groin after the hug. First thing. It just tells her what this night's about. Thank you.
Hand on cock.
Yeah, and even
hers.
It could be yours. Yeah, put it on. Yes, on yours. Don't put it on someone else's. She won't stay with you that way.
All right, if you insist. No gangbangs. All right.
Yes, it doesn't. The polycule. It's nice to talk about for radio, Dylan, but then everyone comes and is looking at each other in a room, hating each other. So reality isn't. Reality used to be a friend of mine. Thank you.
That's why you don't gangbang your friends. You gangbang strangers. It's much easier that way.
I take it a step further, and I just find the people that hate me, and we have gangbangs. It's like a hate gangbang.
Ooh, a group hate fuck. That I have not done.
We just look at each other and snarl as we enter each other's holes. It's amazing.
So what have you got it going on over on the
Speaking
Hack
of
Ride channel?
holes, to be plugged.
Will you be plugging up some holes over there on the Hack Ride Studios channel?
As always, Dylan, go to hackridethedemon.com for all the good stuff. Now you can actually donate to our PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Give us money! But tonight we have the Unboxing Jesus Twins number 7. And everyone has bailed out on me, but I'm still doing it. And tonight you will meet Satan. That's right. Eric Leibowitz comes alone tonight to the Howard Stern Show as the lone satanic Jesus twin. It's a pretty amazing episode. And then you can catch me in DJ Electron Catch 22 and also obviously Unboxing Eric on Sundays. Make sure you check out blindmike.net as well because Daddy likes to get his little cut there. So there's my little cut to Daddy. And
Catch 22 Sundays now, so a big day of Sunday shows. I'm still trying to remember to always tune into you guys because I was very used to the Tuesday time slot, but now Sundays for Catch 22.
Dylan, you would be surprised how many billions of people forget to tune into us. Just billions.
Same here. All but 24 people forget to tune into me.
Listen, when I have 500 people watch our live, our live view count, keep in mind my high school was 230 people and my town was 2,000 people. These numbers mean more a lot to me than they do you. Just because I live in Venice now, who cares? I grew up in a town where, we all grew up together. So it's good where I wouldn't know the people, 530 of you. I don't know all of you. It's amazing.
I've gotten, I think it was the Elisa Jordana. Yeah, Elisa Jordana was my highest watched episode so far with several hundred people. And yeah, it's neat. Look, yeah. I'm performing for more than my little corner of the internet. There's more corners seeing me.
Yeah, just curious how many hundred? The exact number, please. As close as you can think of it.
Did it crack 400? It was definitely 300. It might have cracked 400.
We got to get you over the fives. You're going to be doing this for a long time. Don't worry about views. They'll come eventually. Worry about being your weird self and not changing any of that. Don't go norm on us, please. Thank you.
But if I don't go norm, get our I need to get our buddy in here. That was about to wind up for a hell of a joke, and that was a big swing and a miss.
Where's the joke? Sir, we're on the air. I know we're on the air, but where's the joke?
Sorry, Duke. I fucked it up. I started, I jumbled it, and just dropped the joke there on the ground.
That's okay. You did the Ellen DeGeneres conscious thought process during the thing, so it worked out.
That was one of the first things I got on my board. It was almost Bob Euchre, just a bit outside. But I like that one much more. Loved you, Bob Euchre. You were a hilarious bastard.
Yeah. And David Lynch. We lost 2 weirdos today.
Oh, David Lynch is gone?
Yep, David Lynch. I was texting Luigi Greenberg, and I was like, now that, if you were going to stand anywhere in the line, the Stairway to Heaven, that would be the conversation you want to hear. Bob Euchre and goddamn David Lynch. The world is a psychotic mess of turn of brilliant stardust. I wonder if there's any hoes up here. I mean, it just writes itself.
I got to be a background actor on the new Twin Peaks, and they brought me in and never placed me. I was able to work my way over to look over the shoulder of David Lynch while he was directing. Didn't learn a fucking thing, but really damn cool that I got to observe him doing the thing he's fantastic at.
You know one thing I know about David Lynch? He does not like it when you stop a scene. Have you seen that video? Where he's like shooting a video and the producer goes, okay, I think we're good. And he's like, why the fuck did you just stop the scene? I didn't say cut. That's a great. Go find that David Lynch video. It's fucking awesome.
Could you elaborate on that? No. That's one of my favorite David Lynch responses. Can you elaborate on that? No. Was he still doing the weather report on KCRW?
I don't think so. I think because I hadn't seen him heard him do it. I don't listen to KCRW all that often, but I do know this. He was a huge dude in the transcendental meditation movement, like maybe the biggest public face other than like Howard Stern. And so TM lost a big one today. And so also, apparently it doesn't work. Doesn't work. He died. so apparently transcendental meditation gets you nowhere.
Just imagine, I think you were talking about it the past episode of Unboxing Eric, of how Howard's therapy isn't working, but actually maybe it is. Imagine just what a non-human he would be without therapy.
Howard's therapist was not working for Howard. He was working for us. He weaned us off Howard slowly and painlessly.
You're right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Howard's therapist. I've been calling you a hack for so long, when really it was the millions of listeners that he was a therapist for.
He was like, we can't get rid of them all at once. We'll do it slowly. We'll shed them, slowly over time. And then eventually we'll turn around and we'll look behind us and no one's behind us. And then we've won or lost. I forget.
Well, thanks for joining me, Casey. Principled Uncertainty would definitely like to see more of us together. I am having rotating co-hosts on this, so I haven't scheduled Casey and Electra again, but love to have them back every few weeks. And yeah, we'll talk about. There was another show you were kicking around, so we'll talk about that behind the scenes if you'd want to do that.
Fun fact: Dylan from somewhere was the first guest on the Levyverse. That's right. Thanks to me.
Was I think I might also hold the distinction of being the last?
The last guest of our version of the Levyverse. Bob says, that guy's weird.
I was the first and the last guest on that version of the Levyverse.
Yes. But you know who does love you? Blind Mike. Because he loves oddities. And we all love you, Dave. We all love, Dylan and David from what's his name? David
David Collins.
Collins, yes. You guys are there are some really good, interesting things on YouTube that wouldn't exist without these creator portals. And I'm glad I found one with Dylan. I've supported him now for goddamn years. Think about that, asshole. What have you done for me on this show one time?
Twice.
I better get half of that 99-cent super sticker, you bastard. Just kidding. Keep it and build your channel.
Hooray! And you can help me build this channel with a like, subscribe, hitting that notification bell to remind you I go live Wednesdays and Thursdays at 3 p.m. Eastern, live from somewhere on Thursday with rotating guests. And I'd love to have you as a guest too, any of you beloved chatters, as long as you got good sound. I may reject you if you don't have good sound.
The irony. Oh, the irony.
And my apologies to David Collins. I've been trying to be more of a morning person, and I'm just getting deeper into being a late riser and missing the call-ins for his show. I enjoy doing those, and usually I'm getting up as he's signing off, and it's like, asshole, just get up earlier. That's my fault.
I've often said if I was able to put together one show, with like some money and backing and all that, it would be Dylan and David. Because it's a fight to see who the straight man is. And it's amazing. I'll be the straight man. No, I'll be the straight man. Who's weirder, me or you? No, I'm going to be the straight man. When they're together, it's a battle of laurels or Hardys, whatever the one.
And we're just being ourselves. We aren't purposely out-weirding each other. It's hearing you after the fact, when I had David Collins on chatting with, that Dylan won the weird off. I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize. We were just naturally being ourselves and didn't realize there was a weird off going on.
You were double bouncing each other like on trampolines. You were just, the air you were getting was unbelievable. Just defying physics. A lot of defying physics of weirdness. And I'm here for it every day and twice on Sunday.
And I will be in the chat, not every single time, but a lot of those times, because it is fun being a beloved chatter. It's fun doing a show, and thank you, Casey Day. I've had a lot of fun bullshitting here with you.
Hey, thanks, Dylan, for having me on. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, all you, for tuning in. Now, feel free to go away.
Well, it looks like that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. It's fun being with friends. I'll see you next time. Bye now.
Bye for now.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day.
Places all. All join hands, circle left.
Now circle right and listen to me. LS, MFT. Elementary corners like swinging on a gate. To right to you, honey, with the right left 8. Grand right and left around you go. Lucky strike means fine tobacco. Meet your honey and give her a whirl. All swing around with the little girls. Smoke 'em, then you'll see. LS, MFT. Promenade and don't you fall. Promenade around the hall. Lucky strike is first again with tobacco men. Promenade straight down the pike. It's time right now for a lucky strike. Yes, for smoking that you're bound to like, you just can't beat a lucky strike.